I hit that guitar real, baby. Welcome to the episode of Ground Floor, where we can agree to disagree, still be family. That's the theme song. What up, though, for my second album, JLE World, on Music Copyright on Mute on Facebook. I'm your host, JLE. We got Jerome. I don't see the glass, so no brother Rome so far.
Hey, what up, though, good people? Hey, I had to get rid of Brother Rome for a minute, man. As long as I ain't got to read nothing fine print, I'll be good.
Oh, Lord. And we got a great topic today. What do you bring to the table? We finally was able to get some young ladies to join that's in this era so they can tell us what's really going on. Bring it to the stage. Selena, someone left that's going to jump back in. Welcome to the show. And LaCara.
Hey, how you guys doing? I'm Selena. I'm Jerome's cousin.
What up, though, cuz?
How you doing?
All right.
We have LaCara here.
Hey, how you doing? I'm LaCara. I'm Selena's friend.
Okay. So it's gonna be fun. So what do you young ladies are seeing out here in dating in 26?
For me, I'll say a lot of immaturity.
Okay.
I think the problem about dating is people don't know how to date. And what I mean by that is, I'm gonna say this, because I was just telling somebody this too. I said people think that dating is someone how they think it is, but until you learn somebody's love language, you will understand how to date that person.
Right, I agree.
Now, what's the example of the immaturity you're talking about? So people have an example.
I mean, just like I said in general, again, people think that dating is how they think a person should be dating. And, you might have someone who lack communication. That's immaturity right there. Okay. Someone, a homebody. And the other person might be a type of person, that like to go on dates and not even necessarily just spend money, but, just quality time. So that's why I say, like, it's so important to get to know that person and see what that other person likes, so you will know if it aligns with how you date.
Okay. Selena?
Mm-hmm.
And then for me, I think what I see is a lot of people, they don't court, they don't date to get to know each other. They just rush into intimacy, having sex, and you don't even know each other's name, favorite color, favorite restaurant. And I think that's the part where I struggle at, because I like to take my time and I like to pace things out so that you don't get you give years to people, 2 or 3 years, and then you realize this is a person I don't even like. Love is one thing, but you have to like a person too, because you're spending time with them. So I feel like that's the hard part that I see in dating. It's no courting. It's just jumping straight to the intimacy.
Give us an example. Like, are they just, hey, can I hit that? Like, what are they saying? So people out there get a better idea.
For instance, I met this guy in traffic, and he gave me his number. And the next day, he sent me a video of him jacking off. Didn't know my name, barely know my name or anything. And this would happen the next day. And I blocked him immediately, because you don't even know anything about me. And this is the first thing that you do is send me this video. And I asked him to stop, and he sent me more videos. So I blocked him.
Oh, wow.
As you should have.
Hey, let me ask questions. Y'all brought up some good points with that. So in today's times, do y'all feel like some of the guys are too quick to, I guess, operate in lack of self-discipline? Like they just operating in lust, like day one, day two, just hitting y'all with the dick pics and everything else?
You know what? So I'm speaking for the conversations that me and Selena normally have. And because I transitioned my life to Christ, I'm going by Bible based now. I think you have, again, when you're dating, this is why I say you got to get to know the person, because even as a woman that's of the kingdom, vice versa, the old mindset that I used to have, I'm gonna say this: a lot of worldly men don't have self-discipline, but I feel like, and I tell women this too. Once you find your identity in Christ, you will. I know how to identify the man that aligns with Christ. And I think that again, like a lot of women, and I used to have this tendency too. We give men too much leniency, and because I know y'all familiar with like strict program and stuff like that. And when I hear a strict program, because honestly, I'm a strict program. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very strict program. And what I mean by that is I come with rules. It's certain things that I don't want to talk about and I'm not gonna talk about. And it's certain things, it's a boundary set for myself as a woman too. Like a man know when he meet me, you can't disrespect me. And if you do, that's it. So I think that again, I think it is like self-discipline, because I feel like you can kind of see that. And I think that's the most, unique thing. If a man can master self-discipline, he's worth being with. Because if he can't, then that's an eye opener right there. Because if he can't be disciplined with you and y'all get into a relationship, ain't no way he's gonna be able to contain himself. And that's going to cause a lot of cheating. So, yeah.
Great answer. I like that. What you got, cuz?
I agree. Like Lakara said, we talk about this all the time. And I just think that when people show you at the beginning how they are, then believe it. Don't even waste your time. And when a man start approaching you, like I said, with the pictures, and if you telling them you setting boundaries and saying, hey, that's not the type of woman I am, don't do that, and they keep doing it, then you just cut them off. And I think a lot of men don't know how to like read the women. They think every woman is the same. And I think it goes both ways. Women and men can do the same thing. They don't know how to read the person that they're dealing with. And every man think that women are into, showing off their bodies and using their bodies to get attention. But you have to know when you're dealing with a woman of class and a classy woman. So don't just start sending you pictures and stuff like that. See if that woman is into those type of things. And I just think they put every woman in the same category. And that's why I just, like I said, take my time with dating now, because I see that with all men. It's like the moment you exchange numbers, can you send me a picture of you? What kind of picture are you looking for? Then when you send a head picture, it's like that's not pleasing to them. Or, so it's like they looking for something more provocative, or, something where you showing some skin, and you're not going to get that from me because I don't even know you. It takes time to get to that level. But I feel like a lot of men, they say they want a woman, a classy woman, but I don't think they do. I think they like women that's promiscuous. And then when they get that type of woman, then they have all these negative things to say. But, I think people just really need to know what they're looking for.
Well, depending on guy, because this generation, I don't know about them, but I know our generation, we would say we won't play a Huxtable in public and a Dina Howard in the bedroom. We're gonna talk grown on this show. We're gonna keep it real. I don't know what they talking now. They might say Nicki Minaj or whatever. I don't know. I don't know who they might think is classy out here nowadays. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, what type of guys have y'all tended to date? Bad boys in the middle, Boys to Men all the way, or Joe to see Pac? What type of spectrum have you guys?
I'm gonna say for me, like I said, since the mindset have changed, the old me, you know what, I'm gonna
Bad
be honest
boys,
with you.
you said.
I'm gonna be very honest. They were, but I said this to my friends. They treated me well, although they was cheaters. They and I know this might sound crazy, but that's the mindset that I used to have, though. That's the mindset. And that's so crazy because as a woman, that's what I was settling for. Like I was okay. Okay, he treated me well. I mean, he just cheated. But now, like, that's not what I'm looking for. And I'm going to be honest with you. I do want a mixture. You got to be a little hood. But also, I'm going to say you got to be saved, too. Because I feel like that's a major part. And, again, we have to be aligned. I'm hood. I ain't going to lie. I got some hood tendency in me. But I also display myself as a kingdom woman, too. And again, I respect myself. I think that has a lot. When a woman respects herself, she knows what she wants and what she's not going to settle for.
Mm-hmm.
And what about you, Selena? Where are you on
I
this?
feel like I've dealt with a lot of pretenders, guys that when I first meet them, they start off good. They seem like they know what they want, and then after a couple of months in, then I see the true colors. Then they turn into somebody else different, or like people pleasers. You'll see them pretending to be like their friends, and they really not like that. So I just, like I said, for me, I've just been taking my time now because I feel like I've wasted a lot of time dating men who don't know who they really are. And I know who I am. So I want to date a man who's comfortable in the skin that he's in.
Now, have you both read Proverbs 31 in the Bible?
I haven't.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the passage.
Check that out. Because verse 1 through 10, King Lemuel, believers asked his mom what type of wife he should get. And first, he talk about him. You need to be a righteous king, not out here drinking and wilding. Then verse 10 to 31 talks about the type of virtuous businesswoman all women are to be. That
Mm.
might give
Okay.
someone the perspective of who you were created to be.
Yeah,
Baby
absolutely.
mom.
Huh?
Not somebody baby mom. Some people think I'm good right there. Like, no,
Right.
no, that's not it.
Yeah. But you know what? I feel like the Bible just walks you through, the man or woman that you're supposed to be in general.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I don't know. That's just how I feel. I feel like the Bible just walks you through, like just life in general, of how to develop your character, and set boundaries and stuff for yourself overall, especially as men, because y'all men, I feel like y'all don't know, like y'all don't even have boundaries for y'all
Hey,
self.
hey, in
I feel like
2000, I'm like, man, they say this Bible is the key to life. Man, let me see. You know, my daddy passed and all that. Man, whatever. And I came
um,
across the book of Proverbs. I read chapter 1, and I got to 31. Like, oh snap! That sounds like, well, my baby Shanti Moore. That sounds like Shanti Moore. Okay, I know what I'm looking for now. Okay, so now with date, we go out, have a good time. I was a little stupid. I shouldn't. Every female don't deserve the top shelf stuff. Don't need constant. Dinner is good, but young and dumb didn't know better. But we'd go out, start having real conversation like, well, what do you see for in a wife? Like Miss Edwards, the championship. I started going through my head like verse 10 to 31. How many of them? She ain't even one scripture. I'm gonna be nice about this. I'm an asshole. Be nice, Jeff. Like, well, I just don't. I'm not sure yet. We still got time to figure it out. Then after a while, like, nah, you're not that. What I'm looking for. We can hang out, have a good time, but
but
you got at least 5 scriptures.
were you the man that you were looking for as in a woman too?
Yes. I should have
Mm.
been Darth Vader, honestly, be real with you. Because all my homies that was treat women like shit was getting treated like a king. I'm being on
Yeah.
suck the duck, pass the kid. I'm gonna be a good dude, treat him right. And I'm like, so you want me to take you out while Pookie blow your back out? What they do that? My daddy was a pimp for his past. You got me fucked up. I'm a nerd, but I ain't stupid. Time
Yeah.
out. We ain't doing that. I ain't Cap
Mm.
Saban. So I always had that inner struggle. Like, man, God, I hear you about your word, but bro, you ain't in these streets, man.
Mm-hmm.
You
Can
ain't
I
doing
ask you what makes you a man?
What's that?
Can I ask you what makes you a man?
Oh,
Oh, that's a good question.
what makes you a man is one, you need to follow Christ. First up. Without him, you just out trying to figure out who you are. Now I would add you need to find your purpose because women ain't going nowhere. You need to be held accountable for your choices, good and bad. You can't just think in a moment. You need to think it through as if you're playing chess. So let's say if you date a female with a kid, if you ain't trying to help elevate from where she's been, because depending on the situation, that dude has broken her a little bit, you're gonna have to help her see her true self. If you ain't trying to put that time in with that type of woman, leave her alone.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else out here that'll let you beat it up, don't mess with her because she got real life stuff going on. She got kids to raise. And if you don't want to step in that role, don't rock with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because my generation, we had a lot of older cats that would pass us that type of life game. and would be strict on if you ain't trying to marry that girl, leave her alone because she already got issues already. There's plenty of scallywags out there for you. Go to the club, you'll find one for the night. Don't mess with her. I'm like, okay. But when we try to pass it to the new generation, they were like, man, y'all old heads, like,
right.
You got it.
No, the truth of the matter is, Lakara and Selena, is that today the social media is out there, and social media has messed up a lot of things. Because I can't tell y'all how many conversations I have with women all the time. They're like, y'all won't. I'm like, hey, don't put no y'all. I just stayed 20 years married. Don't put me in the y'all category. I'm over here. But what I tell them all the time is, just because you see some of these ball players get the red bone girls, don't mean men don't like the chocolate girls. You see what I'm saying? Like sometimes I see people start talking that colorism stuff, and we should start seeing more of this. And you asked the question about what a man is. My thing is like, Jeff, I always tell women, don't look for a God-fearing man. Look for a man that has a relationship with God and is actively involved in whatever help ministry he's doing, whether it's at the church, outside the church, that type of thing. Because God-fearing, that don't really mean anything. You got to see exactly what he's doing to show you that he's a God-fearing man. And then you want a man that's going to protect you, you know what I'm saying? Not just know, somebody looked at you the wrong way, that type of protection. I'm talking about really protect you, protect your heart, protecting your mind, protecting you as a whole, as a person, providing, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you start talking about you want a husband and things like that. Some women today may not want a husband. That's fine. Paul told us, not everybody go out here and get married. But hey, if y'all try to stay away from that fire like me, you better get over here and get you somebody, you know what I'm saying, if that's what you want. And so my thing is you gotta have all of those different qualities as a man. And then I always say do premarital counseling, because if you ain't never been married, people don't know how hard it is on this other side. Because see, now you sneeze the wrong way, people getting a divorce. Like they just sneeze. Hey, I'm going down to how much is it? You know what I'm saying? That's the time that we're in right now. People's patience is low. It's not like our grandparents. Our grandparents, they stuck around. Grandpa slept with the cousin over here, this person. They knew to keep the family together. You know what I'm saying? Our generation, we ain't settling for those type of different things. Y'all generation ain't selling for those type of things. And I always tell everybody, they say the ops these days, make sure you're getting a teammate and not an op. You don't want somebody going in the opposite direction of where you're going. Whoever you get into this thing with, you got to go like this. And I know so many of us raising our young women to be independent, but I always tell everybody, we got to raise our young ladies to be interdependent. When that man comes home, you got to be able to cohesively work with him and keep going so y'all can grow that next level. Because if you so independent, you ain't gonna never let that man lead. And you're supposed to go to that thing and be submissive to what God gave you. And if you ain't gonna submit to what God gave you, why did you say you wanted a man of God? God gave that man of God, you pushed him away because you so independent. You got to learn how to be codependent and work together, that interdependency, so y'all can cohesively go in the right direction.
And separated, you can do it the right way and it can still go left, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's true. You got some people, like you said, it's people out here they had no intentions of getting a divorce, but things happen, person change. Like Selena said it, she dated dude a couple of months and then they change on you. It was a series I watched some years ago called The Mask We Live In. Sometimes dudes, and I hate to say this, but sometimes dudes, they wear a mask so they can get them selfish needs of what they wanted. Oh, she beautiful. I just want to do this, this, and this, instead of just being real. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you be real and say, hey, man, I just got out of a 5-year relationship. I'm not trying to really be serious right now, but you got to say that to the young lady because she makes it a different level.
Right.
She ain't trying to have fun no more. She done been there.
I watched cartoons. I just call them Decepticons.
And I think for me, that I respect dudes more when they are honest like that. Like if it's gonna be the hurtful truth, I still accept it because it's the truth. Don't lie to me and tell me you're ready for something that you're not. And then, like I said, when we invest time, months, years, and then I find out who you really are, that's real hurtful. Because now I didn't waste the time on somebody who never had, intentions on building anything long term with me. And that's something that I'm ready for. So yeah, that's why I said, like, for not now, I've been just really taking my time, and me, like Lakara said, me and her talk about this stuff all the time, because you don't want to just keep making the same mistakes. You got to learn from situations, and make sure you don't repeat those same situations or end up back in situations like that.
Yeah, and I think like the funniest thing happened because I actually was married before, and people might consider this strange, but this was like the realest thing my ex-husband ever told me. Because first of all, we were young when we got married, and throughout the marriage, it was like a cheating phase that he could not stop cheating. And he actually came to me. He said, "Lakara," he said, "You know what? I got respect for you." He was like, "I have a lust problem. Like, I can't stop cheating." He was like, "So I'm just telling you that." And I'm like, "You know what?" I said, "That's the realest thing that you ever said to me. And I respect you for that." And then I took that as a woman. I was able to, make a decision whether I wanted to stay or leave. But I did end up leaving. But I respected him so much when he came out and told me that. So I think that honesty is 100% needed, regardless whether it's gonna hurt the person's feelings. Because I tell men from the beginning, listen, be honest with me. Because if I find out one thing that you lied about, that's gonna really discourage me from this relationship. Let me know. Like, give me the choice, on what I want to do. Don't make the choice for me. Just let me do it.
Hey, it's true. When I was out there, like, hey, I just want to have home level friends. I don't know about relationship. I'm on the same thing. Like, what? I grabbed my pearls like a female. What? I'm shocked. I didn't know it was like that out here in these streets. What the hell going on? But on the marriage tip,
that's real.
I don't know what it is, but when you are a married man and you wear your wedding ring, I don't know what's wrong with these ladies out here, but they straight will be like, "What's up with you?"
Oh, neither. I can't.
I'm good. No. You ain't get come through. Hey, my office right over here. Like, what the fizzle?
Nah.
No, ma'am. No, thank you.
That's the fear, and I fear God too much.
Right. You gotta keep saying no, because they will throw it at you. Like, these old cats to say that, I thought they were making it up. Like, I don't know what it is.
So what would go through your mind about that? Like, when a woman, even as a married man, like, what would go through your mind about that woman? Because I've heard men
before. You done this before. You feel that comes. Then I'm asking, like, okay, why do you want to do that? No, because you got somebody. I don't know what that means. And that's not. And I heard more than one woman say that, which I find it weird. I don't want a man that another woman don't want. I even heard it even up recent that a lot of women out here think that way. It's weird. You're a single dude, ain't got no females around. Something wrong with that dude. He got a little attention. Oh, it's something about him. I ain't know. I'm good. I don't want no problems. I'm good. No, thank you. The work now is custodian because I go in the office. All right, how you doing? Like, let me ask you a question. Like, oh yeah. What's the question about? Well, why do men like this bullshit? Well, why don't y'all pray about it? Let me get this trash, get up out of here, because I want you to get I'm not trying to do nothing else. I just hope you do well. Y'all go to town or something. Leave me alone. I know when I run office, I ain't running no office, and somehow that was like, there's something about you. No, it ain't. I'm ugly.
Yeah.
I look at it spiritually first, because I always say I used to play basketball a lot. We went to this 3-on-3 at this church, and our team was about to fight the other team, and the first lady was like, "Don't let the devil use you like that." So that always stayed with me. And when I see the young lady say that, and you see it ring, and I'm like, "Don't let the devil use you." I always make a joke out of it, like, "Don't let the devil use you like that." And it usually make the girl smile, and then they just turn off from what they was on, because it's easy to let the devil use you out here, because it's like, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't even got to be wearing, nothing crazy or anything, but it's easy for one thought in your head, like, hey, normally I don't, talk to no married man, but I'm about to go over there and shoot my shot. And so I'll turn it around with a joke and be like, hey, don't let the devil use you like that. You know what I'm saying? Then they just start laughing, they go the other way. But it's like, that's really what it is. It's a spiritual thing first, and then it's the natural. So that's how I look at it. When somebody's talking to you, you're married, sometimes people don't wear their ring all the time. And, it's up to you to say, hey, I'm married. Like, oh, okay, nice. Have a nice day. You know what I'm saying? But like me personally, I don't even like opening the doors a lot of times these days. I always think you're trying to talk to them. And it's like,
right.
Yes.
I'm not thinking about you. I'm just opening like, sir, I'm married. Like, look, I didn't give a damn about you. And it's just like I had to calm down every time. Like, woo, let me
right.
Wow.
Because
people act like that too, even when women and men are friends. They act like women and men just can't be friends. It doesn't always have to be an intimate thing or that they like each other. Like, what's wrong with just men and women actually just being friends? I don't know.
Yeah.
This world that we live in now is just real different.
Yeah,
it is.
They're definitely sexualized.
It is.
They married, ain't never really had that type of women attention. They can turn into pokey, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And not like, okay, it was like to them the 20s saying, hey, how you doing? Like, she's talking to me. What? That devil start talking like, you the man, not dog. What we doing? Like, nah, you don't listen to him. You ain't the man. You're tired from the game. That's
lack of respect. It's just lack of respect for for themselves anyways. And like Selena said, these men, it's just over. And like you said, it's very over sexualized. Nobody wants to get to know nobody anymore. And it's like, geez, like, do you even care if the person even got something? Like, a condom is not going to fix everything. So yeah. That's why I say
think about those spirits and soul ties too. When you that energy, when you mess with the wrong person too, it's just
yeah.
Yeah, that's hey, you talking about something now with them soul ties and everything. That's big. That's what leads me to this. I know Selena got to get out of here. I don't know what your schedule is, LaCara, but I want to make sure I get y'all's take on this. If y'all were on a date with a guy and he presents to you today, what do you bring to the table? What does that mean to you? And how would you answer that?
To me, if he's saying what you bring to the table, I think he's saying like what are you about? He wants to know, like, what do you have to offer him? And I think that's kind of important to know what somebody brings to the table. I think that kind of fits under a big umbrella. Like, you can go deeper into that. What do you bring to the table? It's kind of like what you're looking for. Like I said, because not everybody is honest about what they're looking for. It's been plenty of times, like me and LaCara both have talked to guys that said they honestly wanted to be friends, but then they want to be friends with benefits. They want to treat you like you they woman, but then they don't want to actually date you. They just want the, like I said, the sexual piece of it. I went through an experience with a guy like that, and he was asking me what I brought to the table. He was saying he didn't want to date anybody that was a gold digger, but every time it was time for us to go on a date, he just kept saying, my money is funny. So I eventually stopped talking to him because it became unattractive at this point, because I've already shown you that I'm not a gold digger. I'm not trying to talk to you, just for your money, because it was a couple of times when we went out where I offered to pay, like we did the escape room, and then we went out to eat. So he paid for one thing and I paid for the other. So I felt like I showed him that I wasn't just out for his money. But it's like every time it was time for us to go somewhere, he just wanted to pick dates where he felt like it was affordable, and I felt like I was lowering my standards just to prove to him that I'm not a gold digger. So eventually I just stopped talking to him, because I don't have time to prove to you who I am. Once I show you from the start that I'm not like that, and we have those conversations about what I bring to the table, what do you bring to the table, then what are we talking about? Let's not keep going with these testing each other to see if she a gold digger, she gonna stick around. If I say I don't have money, I don't have time for that. That's, to me, that's immaturity. Like LaCara said, you got to just really see people's maturity level. And I felt like he was very immature, and I felt like he wasn't ready to date. He wasn't in a position to date, but he kept saying he wanted to date. And then when he realized, like, I actually have to court her, I actually have to take her out on dates. We not just sitting in the cars. Then he wanted to say, let's just be friends. When I already started the conversation off with let's be friends, but he wanted to be intimate, you know. So once he seen that he wasn't gonna get there, then it was just like, okay, let's be friends now, because I can't really afford today. You want to go out every week. And I'm like, I mean, but what else are we gonna do? We're not just gonna sit at each other's house, you know, it's too soon, you know, and then I have a kid, so I'm not gonna bring you around my son so soon.
Right.
Okay, did he have real money? Because I'm tripping on.
I'm not sure if he did. I'm not sure if he had real money or not. He kept acting like everything was a test. I just want to test you because I've invested so much time in different women, and all they wanted me for was my money. But it was the first time I was like, okay, but every time it was time for us to like go on a date, he always mentioned something about money, or, oh, you want to go out again? And I'm like, I want to go out. This is something that you proposed, and I told you when I was available. So I'm not sure what the issue was, but like I said, I stopped talking to him. I didn't even want to be friends at that point.
Weird.
For me, I'm gonna say this. It's two different tables for me. It's the table where I'm married at, and it's the table where we're courting at. Now, the courting table, I'm gonna show you what I bring to that table is I'm gonna show you how I treat myself. And I think that because a woman who found her identity, I'm gonna show you that how I love myself in a marriage, that's how you're gonna be loved. I'm gonna show you that how I provide for myself, that's how you're going to be provided. So I think that during that courting stage, you get to see like the authentic me, how I treat myself, you know, what I like to do, who I am, like the mask is off. Now, during the marriage part is when I show what I bring to the table is the partnership. The security, the love, the respect, and most of all, the servant. Because I truly believe women, like, I truly believe this. A wife is here to serve as well. And I say that humbly to a man, to your husband. Of course, whoever you pick, obviously you picked him for a reason. But I just know that for me, I try to differentiate the two. What I bring to courting is what I'm not going to bring to marriage, and what I bring in marriage is not what I do within courting. So again, that table number one, you just get to basically see who I am. Not saying that I'm never going to do anything, but don't expect me to give you my full, something that I would give in a marriage. So, yeah, it's two different tables for me.
Yeah, because some people now, they're like, that's a dirty word to submit to your husband. Like, it's in the Bible.
No, I want to. I feel like I love it. I love it. If I can submit to God, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is why it's so important, even for a man and a woman, to have that identity and relationship with God. Because when you have that relationship, God is teaching you how to serve. God is teaching you how He wants to be loved. I had to learn that too. Like, the Lord had to tell me, He like, LaCara, you love me how you think I should be loved, but that's not how I want to be loved. Now let me teach you how I want to be loved. And then that made me think, like, even in my own life, and when I do, court somebody, no, you're not going to love me how you want to love me. You're going to love me how I want to be loved. And that's where alignment comes in at, that's where that's why it's so important to have these conversations and see where the opposite sex is at, because it might not align, and that's okay. And I think people need to realize that too. It's okay. Everybody is not, every relationship or every guy you talk to or every woman you talk to, they're not the one. You're going through a courting stage to see if that person is the one for you. But don't just go straight into something and just say, oh my God, this is the one, because that's sometimes it's an assignment. Sometimes it's an assignment. Sometimes y'all meant to be friends. Sometimes you meant to just drop a gem in that person's ear and keep it moving forward. So again, what do I bring to the table? Is two different tables for me. And the courting, I'm never ever gonna just dish out everything that I would want, and I always been this way, even when I was in the world. Like, I'm never going to give a man that I'm courting a wife. So,
Hey, that's good. Hey, I know Cuz got to get out of here, but I'm gonna leave y'all with this before y'all get out of here. I remember some years ago we had a topic on a different show I was on, and I brought up to the lady that was on there that was wanting to get married and those who was already married. I said to them, if y'all love your husband like y'all love y'all sons, y'all marriage would be
oh
way
yeah,
up here. Because the way women love their son, boy, it'd be like we talking to Christian women, they'd go get that thing on you out the car, mess with their son. You know, shit, you may not have shot nobody dead in her life, but you mess with that son. And all I'm saying is if you get love on that level with your husband, you know what I'm saying, going the back for him, having that support, having his back, you know, supporting his dream, supporting his vision, you know what I'm saying, without having those, you'll have some bumps along the way, and no marriage gonna go out here and be perfect. I don't want y'all to think it's gonna be picture perfect. Just have that same level of grace that you would give your son. You know, your son can frustrate you, come home, and you taking him off ice cream the next day. All I'm saying is have that same level of grace, you know, that you would have for that son, and even the words not go to sleep angry at each other. You know what I'm saying? You got to come with some type of resolution before that sun goes down and you guys lay down in bed. There's people out here that's married ain't talking to each other in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And me personally, I always say I don't understand how they allowed that to happen. And it goes back to what I was telling you earlier. Don't let the devil use you.
Right.
yeah,
Don't let the devil run your household like that where you're not speaking to your spouse. You know, saying that many days because tomorrow's not promised.
yeah,
You be the first one cutting up at that funeral home, falling out like, man, get your butt up off the ground. You ain't even talk to them, you know. And it's one of those things. We just gotta make sure we look at teammates and not trying to be the person.
yeah.
Right, because I think a lot of people are jumping in relationships and marriages though for conveniency. It's not even based off of, like you said, finding like their teammate, their partner, or just they don't even, like I said, know the person that they really marrying or in a relationship with. Because like I said, we see it all the time. Me and LaCara talk almost every day, and we meet guys in different areas, and then some of our conversations that we bring back to each other, I'm like, this is crazy. I can't believe like this is our experiences, and I'm not gonna give up on dating, and I'm not gonna give up on finding love, because I know there's some good guys out here, but I will say that it's scary too, because there's a lot of guys that have the same patterns, and it makes you kind of scared to open up sometimes, because you don't want to waste your time, you don't want to waste your energy, and end up with, a guy that's similar to the guy from your past, or somebody that won't stop talking to. So that's why I've been intentional in taking my time and really just building my relationship with God and asking Him to lead me to my person and let us cross paths.
Right. Amen.
Awesome. I appreciate you ladies joining us. Love y'all to be recurring guests if y'all have time.
Okay.
And maybe y'all might be interested in doing y'all own show. That just came to me.
Wow. Yeah, I know y'all ladies got a lot to say these days out here, especially, on both sides, the Christian side of it, the natural side of it, the real side of it. Give them all the different sides. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Jeff, what's your take on what the ladies bring to the table? What you? Cousin, you gotta go ahead and go when you're ready.
Okay.
We appreciate you.
It's been informative and learning from women that's like boots on the ground that's out here in the age group dating compared to us being old heads. And
so the crew.
But it do seem like ain't nothing really changed. To hear you ladies' stories, like we were having these conversations early 2000s. So everything changed, just the people just got a little dumber in how they interact with people. This ground floor keep it all the way grown and real. Because you send a female a video you wagging off, you a damn fool, man. You do know she ain't ever talking to you again. I mean, when I was in these streets, the goal is to get touchdown, not piss her off. What the hell is you doing? I mean, you ain't got no good friends because they were like, don't do that. No.
Yeah.
And kept
Take
doing
her
it.
out again. Get the time with her. Go skating. Make her laugh. Don't send that.
He ain't just said one, he said multiple.
He said multiple.
Yes, that's correct.
That's where it started becoming creepy. Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't let that demon talk to you. He's doing his job too well with you. I know that angel trying to tell you shouldn't do that. Just walk away. Listen, walk away. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, can I ask you a quick question real quick? Have you ever went to God? Because I had to do this. Because sometimes we don't actually go to him and ask him the questions that need to be asked, right? So have you ever went to God and said, Lord, let me see you in a woman? Because this year I did that, and I'm not gonna lie, like God has showed me, I'm gonna say maybe about 2 or 3, I'm gonna say 3 at the most, I really can't remember, but God has showed me him in a particular man, and not saying that we're dating or anything, but I did get to know a guy, like it's more so like on the friendship spiritual level, and I was like, oh my God, like Lord, like I like when this man get married, like his wife is gonna be like that is her prized possession. Like he's a king. And I think that what he displayed, like I'm not gonna lie, I never saw in a man. And I had to tell my friend this. I said, when that man get married, that woman, she is going to be the happiest. Not saying that they're not gonna go through trials and tribulations, but he's a king. So when God showed me that, I'm like, Lord, it is men that's like you out here. So have you ever went to God and said, Lord, let me see you in a woman?
Oh, yeah. Let me ask this first. Let me answer this. So when I was at Michigan State, I dated a young lady last year up there, and she's from Flint, and she said, "Do you read the Bible?" I was like, "No, I ain't gonna lie to you. Tell you I'm reading the Bible like that." You know, I said, "Now I go to Bible study with students on campus and stuff, but I'm not reading it on my own." She said, "Why?" And all of that dust and thou. I said, I ain't like Shakespeare. I don't like none of that. Left it at that. When Christmas came around, she bought me the NIV. Like, that was the best gift I've seen. I'm talking about every. You would have thought she gave me $1 million. Because I took that Bible and I took it as God saying, what's your excuse now? You know? And so that was life changing for me, because it was like I was dating somebody who knew God. I had no relationship like that, so it was like, now you don't have an excuse to get to know me. You got a Bible on my speaking regular language that you must be speaking every day. And so I used to read so much so like our conversation started changing. She was like, what are you doing? So I'm reading the Bible. And so it was just, you know, God had to show up for me at that point through a woman, because that's what I was chasing with. You know what I'm saying? I was chasing the women, so I was like, hey, oh, wait, he's gonna be one. It's coming to a woman. And so that's what ended up happening with that regard. So yeah, it wasn't so much that I prayed about it, but it happened. God knew that I needed that at that particular point. So
for me, whenever I need to have a real conversation, I'll go to my father's gravesite and talk with God about the download, about everything. And there were times I've asked him that question. Even 2 years ago, when I went up there, so I'm like, I ain't gonna turn to a villain. I ain't gonna do that. But I found my purpose now, so I'm definitely gonna take this to where this needs to go, so I can help other people. But me tolerating a lot of bull job, that nice guy Jeff, that dude died February 21. He died. He gone. He ain't coming back. Taking too much that you know you really shouldn't be taking.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, that dude died. You got Jeffrey Lamont Edwards now. We're gonna talk grown and real. Cut all the bull jab out. Put everything on the table, and we can divvy up where we at and be in the middle. But all that what I was on, like dude, you was taking and not even her, because we both played fair. I could do a lot more better. But just other situations. I looked at you wasted your 20s, at least 20 years, chasing after women, chasing after stuff you interested in, but you weren't really asking what's your purpose. And now you had time to find yourself. And man, we had a conversation too when God was like, Jeff, you need to follow me. Like, no, you know my dad did. He was past on cool. I tell him, God, over there, I done my job. And he said, all the stuff you see in my name, like, you do all the, I'm gonna do that. I want to do music. I'm cool on the rest of that. And I'm hard-headed. Years later, I'm finally doing all that. And the path and the stuff I'm doing, and even doing this show, because I only had our freshman year being on the school paper at Cool. I never thought about doing no radio broadcast and stuff. Nah. So I'm humbled that all of these shows have gotten over 100 episodes, multiple countries that listen to. I hadn't, God knew, but I had no idea. Mm-hmm. So whenever I really need to talk on my death, I always go to my father's gravesite and download everything I'm really thinking about. Mm-hmm. And he give me the answers. Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
I want to say something about what you said when you say, the nice guy went out the window. And I think that, like, even for me, and most people, we over nice. I'm gonna say really nice things that should have a boundary, right? But
I was over nice. Good word.
Right. Yes. But I do want to say, because I had to tell myself that, and God had to also tell me this too. I think it's a difference between being nice and kind. Mm-hmm. Tell people you don't have to. Nice means yes. Kind means I have a boundary, meaning yes or no. I'm not. Don't expect you to do this all the time, respectfully. So, and also I want to say, like, don't allow that niceness to completely go away, because you still want to save that for your wife. If that makes sense.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Because I had to tell myself that, because for a minute I was becoming a rule book, but I'm like, no, let me tone it down some. Because when I meet my husband, like, I don't want him to meet a rule book. Like, I want him to meet the sweet kind Lacara, like, and nice too. But
I will say, by that April 21, when the devil was talking, like, man, you making a lot of sense. I've been doing this to be a good dude, do this, and these females keep throwing rocks at you. You should dog all their ass out. Let them see a villain. My homeboy, who the reason I got baptized in '98, hit me about the blue, like, what up, Kurt? Hey man, you just on my man, I want to start doing Bible study with you. I'm like, oh yeah, you knew. I just had to laugh. Like, what are you laughing? So I started telling him everything, like, see, that's what you don't need to go that way, Jeff. Like, I know I have two personalities. That's why I created Middle Ground, all these shows. Mm-hmm. Either I'm gonna save the world, I'm gonna burn this bitch to the ground. And I was there, like, I've done it your way, bro, and that sucks. I'm about to. They're gonna hate my fucking guts. Respectfully. So I'm gonna be so brutally honest, like, hey, yeah, that's what it is, yeah.
But sometimes I think we allow situations and experiences to change who we are at the core, because we don't want to experience hurt anymore. So I think when you open up to people and they use it against you, because, like, for me, I can say that I know I'm a little bit guarded when it comes to dating, because I feel like I've been vulnerable with guys and they used it against me. And once you use that against me, it'll make me hard to, like, retrust the next guy, because it's like I open up to you about this situation, and then now you bringing it up now that we're not together, or you using that situation against me. So then now the new guy who meets me going like, well, you guarded, like, what's going on with her? I didn't hurt her. But it's scary, like I said, because you don't want to experience that hurt again, or you don't want to meet somebody who's gonna switch up on you again, or you tell them something and then they're gonna try to broadcast it or throw it up in your face. So it's like sometimes our experiences do change who we are, or we allow that to change who we are, and that's not good either. You just got to be true to yourself. And when you dating, when you know trying to find your mate, you have to be vulnerable. You have to. That's the only way you're gonna get to know people. You know, you're gonna have to be
Man, you preaching. 'Cause it's
a little bit
crazy.
unguarded, because, like I said, I've had some not so good experiences with dating, and I met a really good guy, and that comes to what LaCara saying, asking God to show you, show Himself and people. And like this guy was really good. We just didn't like hit it off like dating wise, but a good friend, and it's exactly what I needed at that time. Like we actually went out, he courted me, and he paid attention to detail, different things that I said I like. He was showing up doing all of that, and it felt so good. And I know he's going to be a great man, you know, to, you know, the right woman. But, you know, I just see us as good friends, but that's what I needed at that time. And we like dated for a whole year, and it was like a really good experience, but it changed my whole mindset on dating again, because I had really gave up. Like, I'm not dating, I'm not giving my number out anymore. And he was somebody I met when I was in my 20s, and we crossed paths again at the casino, and it was just like it was fate. Like we crossed paths again, hit it off, and got caught up, and we just started dating. Like, I mean, and it was a great experience.
Yeah, because I mean, when I look back on that time period, I mean, me and Kurt talked and did Bible study from about April to October 21. When I look back on it now, I didn't realize how angry I was. I'm getting tired of good guys finish last because you keep being nice and they treat you like a sucker. Like, yeah, you've been really upset about it, and I'm just ground floor. Be totally honest. I was straight on villain mode. Like, yeah, God really had to step in because you didn't give a fuck no more. You was like, you know what, God don't work. Fuck that. Dog all these hoes. I didn't realize, looking back on it now, like, yeah, you were straight nuclear upset. A lot of stuff you shouldn't have put up with that. My part. I'll tell you, that was on me. Wasn't on God. I should have had better boundaries. So I made my own self, man. I look back on a lot of that. But a lot of that kept building to where, yeah, just be a villain. Call it good.
Yeah.
And he stepped in, and every day we did practice. He had to get all the anger out like this. No, he ain't done. Like, keep going. Like, all right, we do. You my man. You want to talk the word? We talk the word. I ain't no problem with that. And him being Jehovah's Witness, like, yeah, y'all up there plotting because I was straight about to be. Let me be Thanos, just a little bit. I ain't gonna snap half the planet. I'm just gonna slap a few people. Let me see what it feel like. Why I gotta be the good guy all the time? Let me go to the dark side, man. It's fun over there. That's what you tell me.
Don't we all want to for a second, sure.
He probably laughed now. He's like, yeah, that dude was definitely upset. Like, if you wasn't my man, I wouldn't be doing this Bible study with you right now. But you're my man. I ain't not gonna turn down talking to work with you.
Ladies, what's your closing remarks to if y'all can help the young men out here today? What's the last remark y'all would say to the
young? For me, I'm gonna say find your identity first. You have to know who you are before you can pursue anything. And I know that we all familiar with this passage, but if you don't know, even at the beginning, when God created Adam, he had a purpose. He had identity. He knew he had a relationship with Christ. So I feel like those are the three things that you need to do, because if you don't, you're going to settle. Even men settle for anything. Like they don't even know. They don't even know what a good thing is because they're too busy settling. Find your identity, and I pray you find your identity in Christ. That is my closing remarks.
My closing remarks is just be honest. Don't lead women on if you know you're not looking for commitment, tell that person that, from the start. If you know you're ready for a relationship, say that, because I feel like that could alleviate a lot of hurt and just a lot of wasted times on, both behalves, both parties, because I think a lot of men just have a problem with being honest. And if you looking for, like I said, somebody just friends with benefits, you don't know that a female might be looking for the same thing. You just don't want to say that. But it's a lot of stringing along just to get to what they really want. And I think if you start off being honest, like Wakara said, just knowing who you are, that can lead to something beautiful, or you guys can just set whatever situation up that you want to have. And that's my ending remark.
That's good. That's good. I would say to the fellas, I learned this at that state as well. My homegirl Keisha, she said, Jerome, y'all just tell us what y'all want up front. Y'all don't have to lie to us. You know what I'm saying? Put the ball in the court. Allow us to see if that's something. If you don't want a relationship, let us know where you are today, so we'll know where we need to align if that's something we want to entertain or not. And I would say that sometimes we get wrong advice, whether it's a barbershop, whether it was some uncles, whether it was some older cousins, older brothers. And, that's not manhood. Manhood doesn't mean how many women we can hit. And we talking about it, that's not manhood. And once you realize it's quality over quantity, that's key. Because, you come up, you hear all this, and next thing you know, you think it's all about quantity, but it's not about how many you can hit. It's about the one. That's the one that y'all come together and y'all build that thing, and that powerhouse, as I like to call it, come together and build that powerhouse. But not everybody's going to be on there to get it. But I would say, as a man, make sure you get yourself, because that's the one question I get about. They say, how do you know? I always tell them the same thing. You won't know in front of you. You could be working with the pastor at the airport, the pastor at the grocery store, but if you don't write down what you're doing out of life and know who you are, you'll never know who that wife is when she's in front of you. That's my take.
Great takes. I would have to say a man first should find God and find his purpose. Because that's the essence of what you're here for. Once you get on that path, you might want some companionship. Real men lead. So give it a plan like your point guard. Whatever you own, put the cards on the table. Always give it a choice. She's gonna roll with it, walk away from it.
Yeah.
And enjoy the moment, experience being around that woman. It ain't always about trying to hit it. But the stuff you'll learn just from her as a woman, her psyche, how she see the world, them things gonna add to you as you go forward. Because you might be piecing together the qualities of the wife God made for you through your experiences. But if you all about trying to get down there, you ain't gonna learn nothing that's really gonna matter. And your homies don't know if they got 30, 40, they ain't found themselves yet. If all you doing out here is trying to hit everything, eating everywhere, your life is meaningless right now. Everybody doing that. But you meeting quality women that, hey, you know what? She in this industry. I might be able to utilize her one day, because you need to build your adventures. You ain't got to sleep with everybody. They can be a great friend.
Yeah.
Open the door. Hey, I got this idea for this. Maybe be an investor. You know what? I'm not into that, but I know this cat with 200 million. He want to do something with it. You never know. So be a righteous man with character that they can respect, and you never know how far that can take you on your journey for your purpose. And laugh a little bit. Life get hard.
Yeah.
You ain't got to be so serious all the time. That's my take. I definitely appreciate you, wonderful ladies, giving us the new generation perspective.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I got to come back.
Yeah, this was a good discussion.
I mean, I see y'all having your own show. I don't know why, but I don't know how y'all feel about that.
Sound good to me. I'm ready whenever LaCurra ready.
We get together, have a conversation.
Yeah, y'all got side conversation of where y'all gonna start your podcast.
Before we go, I want to ask y'all a real quick question.
Sure.
How long do y'all think a woman should, I'm going to say, like, how long do you think the friend stage is to a convert to courting? How long do you think the friend stage should be till it convert to courting?
Like when you say friend, you're talking somebody you've been knowing for like maybe high school or college.
No. So like if a woman just met a man, like how long do you think that should be until it start until it should convert to like, okay, at this point I think that we really need to be seriously dating each other to see if it's going to lead to marriage?
Well, that's going to be on the guy because he the leader. So first off, the guy meet a female, he already know. Like women have told me, they know if I like you like that or maybe. So if he like you like that, he ain't gonna let it go too long without, hey, okay, I want you to transition to us taking these steps.
Right.
So you know what the plan is. A dude that's just sitting around seeing if you gonna leave that dude over there. Real men lead. And they make choices, live with the consequence of the actions. Cass ain't doing that, he ain't a man yet. He's still figuring out some stuff.
Piggybacking off what Jeff said, that aligns with the men asking how you know. And I always say to them, you got to know what you look for. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew I wanted somebody who was a great mother. You know what I'm saying? So if she didn't have her own kids, I wanted to see how she operated around kids. You know, I was looking at how she treats her clients. When we go out, how are you talking to the waitress? Are you going to go off? You ain't put cheese on my shit. Whoa, hold it. I'm over there taking notes mentally, like this ain't the one. You gonna call me? You gonna spend my food? No, this ain't the one. So like it's like, where's your temperament? You know what I'm saying? Like the traits. That's why we say they go to the Proverbs 31, and that's what you bring to the table. Once that man see that you're bringing those qualities and traits of a wife, that man's going to lead and start talking to you about wifely things. You're going to start hearing him say stuff like, hey, you know what size you wearing? You're going to be looking like, hey, pay attention. That's a little size. You're like, no, I don't. I can sure find out. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Like it's a little subtle little thing. For us men, sometimes, like, I wasn't thinking about marriage at all. And it just was one of those things where I finally got to a place where God had me, where it was all about Him, and I was making myself whole. If somebody did come along, I was going to be good. If nobody did come along, it still was going to be good. So when she did come along, I just had to get that confirmation from God. Okay, God, is this the one you want me to wait on? Because I don't want to waste anybody's time. And then once I got that confirmation, it was over. I'm calling my buddies like, man, I'm about to get a ring, and everybody like, man, for real. And it was just those type of things. And we doing stuff y'all wouldn't do. So I'm telling them I'm going to get the ring. They excited for me, and those type of things. But men, like I said, so if I had to give you a time frame, I've seen some men know in a year that's his wife. They talking things already, and they doing different things. Because God's going to give that confirmation. I'll send something to Cuz Selena that both of y'all ladies have to watch it. It'll be real good for y'all to know when a man is in your life, whether he's the one or not. So you're not just wasting time with those individuals. And it's five steps there, and I'll send that over to her so she can see it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. I got some more questions. I'm on fire today.
Right here. What do y'all as men bring to the table?
Oh, the men.
Yes. What do
Yeah.
y'all?
Yeah. So I would say when it comes to providing, now, like my credit is on another level. When I first started out, my credit was all the way down here. Now, you know, we can sit down and do any business you want to do. And they'll be like, hey, Mr. Chris, what do we sign? You know what I'm saying? That's me, because I can help you, you know, pursue whatever it is that you're doing in that case. So I would say, make sure my credit's good, my relationship with God is good, number one. And you'll be able to use your labor with the stuff that I'm doing. You know, mentorship for boys and just things outside of just going in there on the weekend and raising your hand. And I'm talking about outside that stuff. And the protection thing, just making sure I'm protecting you across the board mentally, making sure you don't lose. Because life be life. Life be life, and as they say, you know what I'm saying? You can lose some real close loved ones, and they can take you down the path that you don't want to go down. And I always make sure mental health is like really important in our household. So I make sure that I protect you across the board, you know what I'm saying? And I have 2 kids, so I make sure I'm actively involved, present, everything that they do, actively involved. Not just, I always say, not just, you know, like the song Spin It. I don't care about all that spin it. You can spin all that. You got to be actively involved. That's what the kids going to do. They're going to remember your presence. They're going to remember your love. They're going to remember you being there for them. And I always want them to know that, you know, I'm there. You know, when we was coming up, our parents didn't make every single. The dad, they didn't make all of it. And now I'm seeing many of the brothers, I think they said we're number one out of all the ethnicities right now that's actively involved in our children's sports, band, whatever it is, we involved. And I think that's key.
For me, good question. I would say I bring infrastructure. Since I got reconnected with God, I do Bible study daily on my nonprofit page, Storm Passing Faith, Monday through Saturday. Read a chapter, talk about it. Having a business management degree from Mike Illich has taught me how I created this. So if she has any ideas she might want to brainstorm and make reality, I can help her through the steps to get it out there. I'm a stickler of, if you're gonna do it right. So whatever it is you want to do, let's research it. Let's go find a mentor. Let's learn all the steps of it, and let's do all the steps. We're gonna learn by failing. So you are on the proper path to whatever it is she's gonna do. And when she get there, it'll be on good ground and not shaky, because you should have did this and this first. I don't believe in doing that. Let's do it right the first time, so it'll be new challenges when we get where you're trying to go. Compared to, well, we read it was 5 problems that's going to happen here. We should have took care of that already. We had miscarriage, so didn't have kids, but I dated someone with a kid, so I have some experience in help raising and nurturing. I've learned patience. The Lord knows I didn't have none. Lord knows. And definitely, yeah, I didn't. Hey, God knows the child He made, and for some reason, I'm on display for the world to see all the time. But it's helping somebody.
Yeah.
So definitely, with all the different talents with writing, I can definitely help them find what their purpose is, hopefully. Because I don't know, they might be on to something totally different. And I'm the type of person, if that's what you want, we're going to do it and see how far you can take it. So once you start it, you got to finish it.
Yeah.
Ain't no quitting. If you quit now, you quit everything you do. So you take a time out. I dropped out of college for a hot minute, but I went back and finished. So I believe you got to lock in. And I actually listened. When I gained height over the years, but I was real short, so you short and fat don't work. So I had to listen to give me a fair opportunity to get to females. Talk about anything. So I'm a great listener. And I actually listened to understand, so I can help them plug in the pieces of what they might be missing. I want everybody to win, whether we together or not. I had a mindset: I believe in you more than you believe in yourself. Because I want you to win. I want you happy. I think that's what I bring.
I have a question. So, what type of advice do you guys have for us? You know, being women who are women of class, who have a relationship with God. What advice do you have with us when we're dating? You know, like trying to find a quality man.
I would say, has he read the book of Proverbs?
Okay.
Because if he read the book of Proverbs, he read who you are in chapter 31.
Okay.
And read who he is. Now, if he said, I ain't never touched the Bible, walk away. Walk away. Now, be on the lookout, because there are some dudes that will actually go to church, front row, do all that so they can beat it up. I've heard
they may be
people tell me
listening
this,
to you
like,
right now too. They may be listening to you right now and saying, "Let me go
like,
read this book."
Actually, acting like you had the spirit just to sleep with her 2 days later. Like, man, you might go to hell, bro. I know I was wild, but they're rude. That's God's house. Don't leave that alone. Nah, man, I'm trying to get what I'm feeling. Like, all right, you grown. You're gonna get slapped for that. And is he a leader? Because leaders make decisions and live with the actions and the consequences.
Yeah, I like that.
A lot of dudes today are followers instead of leaders.
So my take is a little bit different because I hear pastors talk a lot about Boaz and Ruth, and they don't talk about the strategic strategy her and Naomi did so that she could be noticed by Boaz. I think sometimes some girls, they do the same things and expect different results. Y'all going to the same place, you meeting the same men, meeting the same. I feel like y'all got to start going to places where quality men are. It's exposed. Like right now, the company I'm with, it's the nerdy expo, the tech stuff, the integrated. Like you got to go to places where the quality men are. And I think sometimes it's easy to do what you used to, your favorite restaurant, your favorite this, your favorite that. But sometimes you got to do things a little bit differently than you've done before. Maybe you've never done the gospel extravaganza, the conference they have in Chicago or Ohio. Maybe you've never done it. Do something like that. Do different. I remember, I'm telling on myself now, before I got married. I was working at Avis at the airport here in Atlanta. The girl was so beautiful. This is back when TDJ was doing the Women Out Atlanta. He was doing it every year. The girl so beautiful. She said, "You going to the thing?" I said, "I never was, but if you gonna be there, I go." You know, like, they look like you. I'm going to the thing. I didn't mean to say that. It was nothing but the devil speaking out loud. I'm like, I'm trying to do what I said. Here I am saying that, but it was like that taught me something. Like women that you looking for are going to these type of things. Like here I am working, you know what I'm saying, and I ain't even thinking about going to something like that. But you got good quality women that's going to those things that's single, and I was looking at it like, man, if they look like her, maybe I need to go. You know what I'm saying? And I was mad that I was at work at that point. But I feel like it's the opposite for women. I feel like sometimes y'all doing the same thing. Y'all go to the same restaurant after church. Y'all go to the same different things the church is doing and doing different things. Sometimes y'all got to branch out and do something different. You get a different result. And I'm gonna leave y'all with that scripture. You know, when Jesus told them, he said, "Y'all ain't catch nothing." They said, "No, you didn't catch nothing. You didn't catch nothing." He said, "Go out deep. Cast your net on the other side." They caught so much fish, the net started to break. So what I'm saying is, if you want some net breaking blessings, you got to do something. You got to dig a little deeper. You got to do something that you haven't done. You know, and that's my take on ladies, because that's what I see a lot with the young ladies. They do the same thing. They say some good quality men. I'm like, you ain't gonna meet him to play some stuff. I know exactly where you be going.
Like sitting jazz spots, Metro Detroit.
Yeah, they're like,
They go to that.
you gotta dare to be different.
Mhm.
I like that.
Me too.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We appreciate y'all coming on tonight. I know I'm about to go find this Larissa Shields thing so I can see what's gonna happen tonight. The fight is tonight. It's supposed to be around 11.
We want to thank them lovely ladies, Selena, Makara, for giving us take what's going on out here in 26 from the ground floor, the age group that's out here dating. Learned a lot today. They'll be back soon. Probably had their own show coming and work. See what about that. I just keep hearing that.
Speak it into existence.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Thank
get
y'all for
numbers and all
having
that.
us. This was a good discussion.
Yeah. Have y'all back. We shoot you. I'll shoot them over to you, cuz, and tell you what we're talking about. Y'all free. Y'all can hop on.
Okay.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
Okay,
All right,
you too.
everybody. Have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the latest episode. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you want to purchase my latest products, my books and music, go to Amazon.com. I have new merchandise on the way. Like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Middle Ground with JLE Network. Thanks for coming.